Y'all, my name is bdougie. My mom named me Brian, though, so you can call me Brian if you'd like. But my friends call me bdougie. Who's been at GitHub before? Raise your hand. Just a handful of us? Excellent. Well, you're now in the place where all the code's Earth is, except the one they froze in Antarctica a couple years ago. All the code's actually upstairs, so I'd love to show it to you, but I don't have a badge anymore. Excellent. I'm here all night, guys. Keep the drinks coming. We have a 2-drink minimum. The jokes are funnier then. Excellent. I am Brian Douglas. bdougie is what I said. I'm a chief sauce officer. I run a company called OpenSauced, opensource.pizza. It's a real company, I swear. We raise VC funding. And we're hosting an event, which is our pizza party. We've been working with AI stuff for the past couple months. After it was cool. Just kidding. But no, we've been trying some stuff out. We figured let's have an event after our launch and get folks to talk AI. So the actual talking part of this is actually going to be kind of short. We only have 2 talks. I'm only doing like this a little intro. But we're going to have John later talking about AI at scale, how we built this stuff with VLM and Mistral models and Kubernetes. So how many folks actually write code, hands on keyboard? Handful of us. Cool. How many folks have built something in AI? Okay, cool. So yeah, be interesting conversation all around. And I'll just jump right in. So someone asked me, what is OpenSauced? OpenSauced, hold on. OpenSauced, I used to work at this company called GitHub. I talked about it earlier for 5 years. And I saw an opportunity to build a product which was like insights, but better. What we did is we took a bunch of GitHub data and started doing some insights around it. So the idea is open source first. So you take any open source project, you put it in open source, and we can tell you something about it. So ideally, you're interested in open source, or you run and you're a stakeholder for open source. So this is what we've done so far. And then we shipped this thing about a month ago called these repo pages. Actually, we had a lunch week last week. So every day at lunch, we launched the feature. Because it's lunch somewhere. And repo pages was the thing that we ended up shipping on, I think, last Wednesday. And the idea is, there are GitHub repos, there are GitHub repo insights, but, what if they were just a little bit nicer to look at and made a little bit more sense? So that's what we built. Nothing against GitHub. Great team, great company. Paid my bills for a long time. But now, there's something that's out there that's a little bit nicer to look at. So I got inspired, when I was a little boy, I used to get watched by my grandma, who loved to watch this show called Star Search, and discovered Beyonce, Justin Timberlake, Ryan Gosling's famously from there. All the Mickey Mouse Club back in the day came through Star Search, discovered thanks to Ed McMahon, and eventually Arsenio Hall as well. I'm an elder millennial, so everyone's I don't know what you're talking about. But I saw this tweet. Back in, it was March 28th. There's a date right there. I can't say tweet anymore because they deleted that. So I saw this post on the X, and as I was about to repost it, Adam, he's a co-creator of Tailwind. He's was having a hard time trying to find a Tailwind developer who also was into performance, like Rust. And I was that'd be cool if we could do that. And then John, he'll talk about this later, but he's yeah, let's try it out. Because we had built all this data and time series database to be able to find out data per time. But what if you could find experts, just like Star Search? So I figured I'd just do a quick demo and then hand it off to John to actually tell more about how it's built. So here, if you go to OpenSauced, we have this Star Search icon to get to this page. And we pre-baked, sounds like this is real. It actually is going to hit some OpenAI stuff. But there's a question, you just click on it. And then what it does is looking for all the best Tailwind developers that are also interested in Rust. And that's what's actually being produced. And the way we've done this is we've taken a bunch of issues and PRs, took at the descriptions, the titles, look at the stuff that they're actually touching, and then make a judgment based on using the, it's funny, AI is is it really AI? It's just a bunch of heuristics in ML. But it's AI. So through the power of AI, we actually now have a list of a bunch of people who have done some Tailwind and Rust. I don't know, actually, this is live. So last week it was a different list. And what we're looking back is the last 90 days of data to produce this list. So this is live. Last week, I would have told you about some guy who built a a Discord bot in Rust that also had a Tailwind front end. And that was a story last week. But this week is a bunch of people I've never seen before who seem to be working on some UI framework that I'll discover later. But this is live, and you can try it out tonight on your phone or at home while you're putting the kids to bed. Like, please don't use AI while you're putting the kids to bed. What I'm getting at is this is OpenSauced. Really happy that you all came through and are here to chat with us. I'm going to welcome John up to take this over from me. And what we'll do is John will just walk through like how this is built. So everyone, put your hands together for John while he plugs in his laptop.